My name is Joakim Gustafsson. I work as a chief designer for Nimbus Group, and I will talk a little about the new 465. Nimbus has a long history of developing coupe cruisers from sizes between 25 and 40 feet. So all around the world we have a lot of customers who really love the coupe concept, and that is living on a boat which is quite compact, but you have a lot of comfort, a lot of functionality, and they are safe. So many of these customers now they want a bigger boat. So a big wish was to create a new coupe cruiser, but much bigger than the one we have today. That has been a challenge because we have never built such a big boat before in the Nimbus brand. And you can see that it's slightly different from our coupe series. So, and that was the intention, that this boat should be perceived as a small yacht. So how do you start that process? First of all, we didn't want to compromise with the core values of comfort and safety that we need to have with us, and to have a good seaworthiness. It's important to keep the center of gravity low, so that was also important, and to have a lot of comfort in the boat, but also safety. We have chosen since many years back to have a side deck, a deep side deck, wide and deep side deck. So that gives a lot of comfort when you move around in the boat. So that was also an important ingredients to bring into the new 465. Other than that, the saloon is really important for the coupe. It should be airy and light, and you get that by having a lot of side windows that you can see through from while you're sitting or standing, and also a roof hatch with light gives the roominess to the coupe. The thing with the coupe cruisers that we have today is that you can manage to maneuver the boat yourself or as a couple. So this was also important for this boat, that we should make a design that makes it possible for a single handle or a couple to handle the boat. Also important for the concept is that the comfort for the passengers, which means that you can always be facing forward while driving the boat. It's in all coupe, and it was the same for this 465. The kitchen is in the saloon, also very important that you can socialize while cooking. It's not hidden underneath the deck, it's part of the daily life. When we did the 465, it was that we wanted to maximize the coupe feeling. So for example, for the passenger seat, we did that more than before, a better passenger seat. It's an area of the boat that we have prioritized a lot. And also the kitchen we made bigger. It's separate in two parts, on the port side and the starboard side, which makes it possible to work two persons in the kitchen in an easy way. And the used sofa that's in the saloon, it's also raised up, so you can have a good view through the side windows. So we start in the very back of the boat. So we have a gangway, a retractable gangway. There's also a big bathing platform, which is adjustable in height, so you can lower it down. There is space for a dinghy or a tender. So we have put a lot of functions into this area. So you have storage for wet stuff. You can add a wet bar in this area, foldable wet bar. You also have a small sofa you can sit on, having your morning coffee. And underneath that hatch there is storage for fenders and ropes. So that can also be used as a step going on the port side. So if we move forward in the boat, you have on the starboard side and also on the port side, you have this cleat and a winch, and they are hidden underneath a hatch. And that is to make when you're in port, it's nice to have the ropes away, so it's nice and clean while in port. So moving forward in the boat, we have the side deck. So on the starboard side, we have a side deck that is wide and deep. And this is a really important part of the coupe concept. But for the 465, we have added even more practical features to improve safety and comfort on the boat. So we also now have a hull door. And this hull door, you can, of course, makes it easier to step on board. And then you have the really wide side door to the saloon. And this is extra wide. And that, of course, helps to give some space and air to the saloon. But it's also practical because you can actually have a passage with two people in that space. If we move forward, you come to the foredeck, and the foredeck is a multifunctional area. You have a lot of functionality in this area. First of all, you have the sunbed, and the sunbed you have you can lift up. You can have a backrest on the sunbed, but it's also U-shaped, and that makes it possible to sit around a table and having breakfast or a cup of coffee. And this area on the deck, it also gives a lot of space for your feet. When you do the mooring, you can stand in a safe and good way to work when you do the mooring. And also on the foredeck on the 465, it's a little bit special because in Scandinavia we use the boats a lot, and when we're entering islands and so we do it with the bow. So it's the pulpit is open, and in between you can add this ladder. You can fold out a ladder between the pulpits in the front. So this whole area, you can also add a sunshade. You have really good storage also in the front of the boat, where you can store fenders or ropes. It's a big boat, so it's a long way all the way back. Apart from this area in the foredeck, you have of course also the aft deck, and the aft deck it's a huge L sofa. Really long L sofa. So if you fold out the table and add 2 extra chairs, you can sit your whole family and all of your friends. It's a really big dinner table. And if you fold down the table, you can use this area also for sunbathing and relaxing. And apart from this two, we also have a third area. So it's on the flybridge. So if we move up to the flybridge, you have 2 seats facing forward, so you can, as a couple, enjoy the traveling together. But you also have a sunbed area and a sofa area. And in this sofa area, we have added a special table, and it's a table which has a built-in wet bar. So you have the foredeck, and you have the aft deck, and you have the flybridge, and you can use them in various ways depending on your situation and so on. The aft deck on the 465 is actually a little bit special, I should say, because we have a new feature that we never had before, and it's a huge window in the back. And this window is retractable. You can put it away up in the roof. If you, for example, you put the window down and you add the canopy on the side, you're fully sheltered. But you can also just open up the window a little bit to get some fresh air in. We have sunshades built in. This extra window allows the saloon to be all the way back to this rear window, which makes it seamless between outside and inside. Between outside and inside, you have the door and the window section. Between the kitchen and the aft deck, you can totally move away. So it's electric window. You slice down and you open the side door. You can take out the extra table, kitchen bar, and use that as a surface for serving dinner and so on. So this whole setup with the aft deck it's something that we never done before because of that extra window in the very end. The kitchen in the coupe concept is really, really important. It's a central of the boat, and the kitchen in the 465 is extra big. We have two sections with the starboard side and the port side, which makes it possible for two persons to work in the kitchen without interfering each other. So the kitchen has everything you can wish for: wash-up machine and oven and freezer and everything. So that's a really well-equipped kitchen. Moving further into the salon, we have a U sofa, and it's a sofa that we made like a sofa you have back home, more like a lounge sofa. Opposite the U sofa, you have a seating area. You can just lie down and read a book. You can pull away a stool from that area, and you can put that together with the U sofa, and then you have a really good setup for dinner in this area. And the sofa is made with loose pillows, you can say, so it's a really cozy seating area. Also, I could say that it's a TV hidden underneath that is electric coming up from behind the canopy area. Really important in the coupe concept is the feeling of the salon, that it's light and airy, and if you have a lot of windows, roof windows, that helps, but also the visibility through the side windows. And in the 465 we have higher the area, sofa area, so it's a nice feeling. You can see through the side windows in a good way. Moving to the port side of the salon in the front, you have the passenger seats, which is like kind of like an L. You can lie down actually, and this is something that we think adds something special to the layout of the 465. So the passenger is equally important as the captain while driving the boat. So it's a really nice cozy area facing forward in the salon here. There's also possible to watch a small display where you're going. You can have the chart plotter information also for the passengers. So altogether, the salon in the 465 is a lot about making it nice and comfortable for all people on board. And I especially like the L sofa for the passengers. You have this really nice light roof window, and you sit good visibility all over. So should we go down to the cabins? We start with the owner's cabin, which is in the back, the aft cabin. This big hull windows, so make this room really light and nice to stay in. You have cupboards, you have a lot of storage. For this owner's cabin, you also have a separate toilet and shower. Moving to the mid cabin, there we have optional. You can have a double bed, or you can actually have this room as a utility room, or depending on how you would like to use the boat. In the VIP cabin, it's in the front, and it's also has big hull windows to make the cabin really light and nice to stay in. In addition to that, they have these two cabins have their own toilet and shower. Yeah, maybe I should describe the thinking behind the helm station. So first of all, it's possible to stand up while driving, and that's very practical and safe while driving the boat, especially when you're mooring. So you have the dashboard, and you can see you have the joystick really close to the wheel. That is a central part of the whole setup with the dashboard. This is possible to reach from outside. You're standing half in, half out. You can reach the joystick to do the mooring. And the dashboard is quite compact. You have AC built in the dashboard. You have possibility to have double screen. You have a position when you're sitting, which is similar to a car. You have a lot of space for your feet. You can sit really comfortable while driving this boat. So apart from that, it's really good visibility from the helm station. Okay, since we use the Volvo IPS, we have the possibility to really have good maneuverability. So for the 465, you can also add the assistant docking system, which makes the docking really simple. Yeah, the boat is under construction right now. It will be, the first sea trials will be during January 2024.